Hello my friends, welcome to another video, and this time around I'm gonna give you my first impressions after using the OnePlus 7 Pro for 1 week. So I got the device 1 week ago. I bought it straight from the OnePlus website and I paid for it 759 euros because I live in Europe. And I got the 8 GB of RAM variant coupled with 256 GB of internal storage. The color is nebula blue and the device simply looks amazing if you ask me. This is the latest device from OnePlus, a company that I never really liked actually, and I didn't like its products. I've owned in the past devices from OnePlus, but they never managed to impress me, to be honest. But this time around, the OnePlus 7 Pro is something different. It's something that OnePlus fans were not accustomed. This is a premium device, mainly because this time around OnePlus decided to take the next step and play with the big boys in the premium league, and so they brought a lot to the table, and I'm honestly impressed with what they did. For the first time in my life, after using OnePlus devices, I have to say that I'm honestly impressed with what they have managed to achieve. This is an impressive smartphone, and so far, after 1 week of using it, I have to say that this is honestly the best smartphone that I ever used throughout my entire life. And this says a lot, coming from a guy that isn't even a fan of this company and its products. But this is how good the OnePlus 7 Pro actually is. So first things first, in the box you're gonna get the smartphone. You're also gonna get a fast charger, a new fast charger called Warp charger, and basically this one allows you to charge your device with an output of 30 watts. So basically it recharges from 0 to 60% in 30 minutes and from 0 to 100 in roughly 70 minutes, which to my honest opinion is actually great. Also, you're gonna get a protective silicone case. You also get a protective film on the device from the factory, and I appreciate this mainly because it's very hard to put a protective film on your screen, especially if it's a curved edge screen, just like the OnePlus 7 Pro is. You're also gonna get all the literature, the user guide and the startup guide and whatnot, a sticker. Also, you're gonna get a SIM tray ejection tool, but you won't get an adapter from USB Type-C to the headphone jack. This time around is not included in the box, but you can buy one for roughly $8–9, euros, whatever. I actually have one in the house, so it didn't bother me. In terms of design and build quality, I have to say this device actually feels in the hand and to the touch as a premium device should feel. Very, very good build quality, very good choice of materials. I've seen no problems and no issues on this device so far compared to my experience with the OnePlus 6T, which I reviewed a couple of months ago. That one I had construction problems or build problems. With this one I have no issues whatsoever. I actually enjoy this color, nebula blue. It looks really, really cool, and as you can see, it's kind of a matte finish if you want, but depending on the lighting it may also get glossy. So it's very interesting, and I do like and appreciate how it looks. Also, the feel in hand is really good, mainly to the huge screen with curved edges, and it stays really nice in the hand, and I had no issues with this one so far. So build quality is simply amazing. It feels premium, and it actually is premium. And on the front you get probably the best screen available right now on the market on any smartphone. You get a huge 6.67 inches display with QHD plus resolution and a 90 Hz refresh rate. And it's amazing. It's amazing how good it is, how well it feels, and it renders colors. And also, the best part of it is the fact that it has no notches, no cutouts, no selfie cameras included in the screen. It's simply an edge-to-edge display. It looks amazing, and the multimedia consumption experience is simply great. It's the best out there right now on the market. It's so good for media consumption. And this is coupled with a pair of stereo speakers. One is included right here in the earpiece, and the other is right here down. And they support Dolby Atmos. So multimedia consumption is fantastic. The sound is really great. It's powerful. It doesn't have as much bass as the Samsung S10 Plus, for example, but the output is even louder than that one. So very nice sound. You can also play with the presets in the Dolby Atmos menu. So the whole media consumption experience is absolutely fantastic, especially when watching movies and I don't know, YouTube videos, for example. It's simply great. Inside, you're gonna get the Snapdragon 855 coupled with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage. And this time around, OnePlus is using UFS 3.0 for the internal storage, which makes it the fastest phone out there in terms of internal storage. And you can feel this actually when opening apps, when I don't know, exporting a video from the phone to your PC and whatnot. Also, you get the Adreno 640 GPU, and in terms of gaming and heavy apps loading, it fares simply amazing. Synthetic benchmarks results are actually really great also. In Antutu, you're gonna get about 375,000 points, which is simply amazing. And the UFS 3.0 storage has some really great benefits. You get read speeds of up to 1.5 gigabytes per second, and write speeds of roughly 400 megabytes per second, which is simply amazing. This phone is super fast. This is the fastest experience that I've ever encountered on a mobile device, smartphone, tablet, whatever. It's even faster than an iPhone XS Max in my experience. And this says a lot. You also get a 4000 milliamp hour battery inside, and so far, after 1 week of using this device, this was a big concern for me prior to receiving my device, but I can happily inform you that it's not the case. So I have 82% of battery left, and I have 2 hours of screen on time already, and this has been my usage from when I unplug the device from the charger, and I constantly get 10 and a half hours of screen on time with my type of usage, with my apps, with the things that I do. And I'm gonna go to the gallery and show you my last charging cycle, for example. So this was this morning at 3 a.m. And as you can see, I managed to get 11 hours and 19 minutes of screen on time with the OnePlus 7 Pro, and the last recharge was 34 hours ago or prior to this screenshot. And these were the apps that I used and the things that I've been doing on the device in this period. So always connected to Wi-Fi or 4G, taking pictures, shooting videos, playing games, watching movies, watching YouTube videos, social networking, the usual stuff that I usually do on a daily basis. So battery life has been absolutely amazing. As I said, prior to receiving my device, I was very concerned because it was a 4000 and it is a 4000 milliamp hour battery, and I was thinking that due to the huge screen, but mainly to the refresh rate of the screen, this battery wouldn't last me very long. But I'm happy to report that it's almost the same experience like I had with the Huawei P30 Pro, and it's a lot better in terms of battery life compared to the S10 Plus, which was a big disappointment for me in terms of battery life, even considering the fact that the S10 Plus has a bigger battery than the OnePlus 7 Pro. So, and a smaller screen, of course. So battery life is simply amazing so far for me after 1 week. I've also received the last Oxygen OS update available for Europe, and that is 9.5.5. Let's go ahead in the settings, and as you can see right here, and that update brought a lot of improvements and fixes, bug fixes and performance fixes, but also a lot of improvements to the cameras of this device. And I'm happy to report that after this update, I've seen the results of the cameras improve a lot, especially in low light conditions, compared to the previous version that I had on the device. But at the same time, if you want the best camera experience with the OnePlus 7 Pro and the best results in quality, I highly encourage you to use Gcam for OnePlus 7 Pro. Don't get me wrong, the stock camera app, it's okay, it produces good or even great results, but the software, the image processing algorithms inside this stock camera app aren't the best. So that's why I highly encourage you, I've already made a tutorial on my channel on how to install the Gcam on your OnePlus 7 Pro. I highly encourage you to download and install Google Camera on the OnePlus 7 Pro. You will be mind blown of the results that it's capable to produce with this hardware. And in terms of hardware, we have of course a front-facing pop-up camera that you can see right there, and this is a 16 megapixel camera with an f2.0 aperture, capable of auto HDR, portrait mode, and also 1080p video recording. On the back we have the main camera setup comprised of 3 lenses. We have a ultra-wide lens, 16 megapixel f2.2. We have the main sensor, which is the Sony IMX586, which is a 48 megapixel sensor using quad Bayer and also pixel binding technology to reproduce results at 12 megapixels, and this has an f1.6 aperture. And you also get a 13 megapixel Samsung sensor in reality, capable of 2.2 optical zoom, but OnePlus offers 3 times lossless zoom at an 8 megapixel output with this sensor. It's been already talked about this marketing gimmick that OnePlus has done with this lens. I won't go further. The telephoto lens and the main lens have both optical image stabilization. You also get 4K at 60 fps and at 30 fps. Also you get slow motion at 240 fps. And after testing the camera throughout this week, I can honestly say that I'm impressed with what they managed to do compared to the OnePlus 6T. The only drawback of this camera setup, if you want, is the fact that you cannot shoot video with the wide angle lens. They are working on a future software update to bring this feature to the phone. And also when taking portrait mode shots, it uses the telephoto lens and the images aren't the greatest. That's why I highly encourage you to download Gcam, because with Gcam you can take portrait shots using the main sensor. So the field of view is a lot bigger compared to the zoomed in 3 times telephoto lens with the stock camera app. Video is absolutely amazing, very good quality in daylight and good lighting conditions. Very good image stabilization even in 4K at 60 fps, but not so great in low light and especially at night when shooting 4K 60 fps. Basically, you cannot use the footage. That's all that I have to say. So hopefully with another future update for the camera department, they will improve this, and they will also bring video recording for the wide angle lens, because it's actually a shame they did not include this from the beginning. A lot of people, myself included, use this lens on the Huawei P30 Pro to shoot some really nice video, and I kind of miss it. Also, one thing to note, with the Gcam mode installed on your OnePlus 7 Pro, the front-facing camera will not use the full megapixel count, which is 16. It only uses 12 megapixel to take the picture, but the results are a lot better compared to the stock camera app. So far, what I can say after 1 week of using the device is that this is the best selfie camera that I ever used, first and foremost. And although I wasn't having great expectations in terms of the main camera setup, I'm honestly impressed with what they did. And this again comparing it to the OnePlus 6T and also comparing it to the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus and the Huawei P30 Pro. Where this device loses in terms of picture quality, if you want, compared to the P30 Pro, it's at nighttime, where OnePlus is nightscape. I wouldn't say it's the worst, but it isn't the best either, and it does not compare to the nighttime mode found on the Huawei P30 Pro. But what I can say as a plus is the fact that it fares a lot better, and the results produced by the camera setup compared to the S10 Plus are a lot better in daylight and also at nighttime or low light. And this says a lot about what OnePlus managed to do with this device. Okay, what else do we have? Well, we don't have a headphone jack, and you don't get a dongle included in the box. but you get Bluetooth 5.0, you get dual GPS, you get all the goodies in terms of connectivity, and so far I had no issues with the device. Basically, it flies throughout everything, and it has it with a smoothness that I never encountered on a device. In terms of hardware, we have the volume rocker buttons. We also get right here another microphone. We get two microphones actually, one here near the SIM tray and one here on the lower side of the device. And we also have the power button and of course this toggle that switches throughout ringtone, vibration or mute. We also get a fingerprint scanner that OnePlus says that's improved a lot compared to the OnePlus 6T, and to my honest opinion, and after using the device for 1 week, this is the fastest fingerprint scanner currently available on the market. So they say it's bigger than the one found on the OnePlus 6T and also about 40% or something like this faster compared to that one. And I have to say that I had no issues so far using this fingerprint reader. This is an optical fingerprint reader compared to the ultrasonic fingerprint reader found on the S10 Plus. But compared to that one, this is a lot more accurate and twice as fast. It's actually even faster than the one found on the Huawei P30 Pro. You also get face unlock if you want to use the front-facing camera, and it works perfect. I'm not using it because having this fingerprint reader is enough for me. And also talking about the front-facing camera, OnePlus said that they tested the mechanism to last for roughly 5 years of continuous usage. Whatever. I don't really take selfies, so I'm not interested. But if you want to use it for face unlock, you should know this. You get no official IP rating with the OnePlus 7 Pro, but as you've seen already on YouTube and probably read on the internet, this device is actually water and dust protected or resistant, whatever. I wouldn't encourage you to take it in the pool, but from all that I've seen and from what even OnePlus showed at the release event, you know, with the bucket full of water, it's okay, it's good. They said they wouldn't pay for an official IP rating because afterwards the costs would have been transferred to the customers and the price of the devices would go even higher. Whatever, I'm not interested. It's good to know that it still is water and dust resistant, and that's everything that I care about. I'm not interested if it's official rating or non-official rating. It's there. We've all seen the videos, so it doesn't matter. Okay, in terms of call quality, so far it's been good, but I did notice in a couple of occasions that due to bad signal reception, and not from my part, but from the other side, the voices tend to be a bit metallic. Squeaky, if you want. It happened to me 2 or 3 times in this week, but other than that, call quality has been nothing but great. Also, the overall performance of the device is simply amazing. The device itself Feels really nice in the hand, although it's a hefty device. It has 206 grams, but it's very well balanced, so you won't feel those 206 grams when picking the device up. You don't get any always on display, but you get this ambient display that every OnePlus fan knows. They are saying that they are working to bring always on display for this device. You also get a stupid notification light called horizon light when receiving notifications, new notifications on the edge of your screen, but it's something that you're gonna miss 99 times out of 100. It's very short and you're gonna miss it, trust me. But it's there. They are probably working to improve this also. So far, after 1 week of using the device, I like it. I'm very happy that I decided to purchase it. I like the screen, which is mind-blowing in terms of how it looks and also in terms of quality and all the possibilities that you have to play with the settings and calibrate the color reproduction of your content. I love the screen, I love the cameras, I love the battery, I love the design and the build quality of this device. I love the super fast charging, the warp charging. I also love everything they've put under the hood in terms of memory and how fast it is. So far, after 1 week, to be real honest with you, I have no issues with this device. And to my honest opinion, as a regular consumer, this is so far the best experience that I ever had with a product like this. And I've been using Symbian phones, I've been using iOS, I've been using Windows Mobile, I've been using Android for the past 10 years. I've been using everything from every company out there, and so far this has given me the best satisfaction so far. And basically I'm with the device in my hand every single day, every moment, taking pictures, doing a lot of stuff, mainly because I like to use it. And again, this is coming from a guy who doesn't love this company. I don't have a problem with the company, but I have a problem with, let's say, their policy, if you want, with the way that they are doing business. And also I had some issues with prior devices to this one, and I wasn't happy with the quality. But this time around, this is something totally different on the market, and especially considering the price point. I've seen a lot of people complaining on the American YouTube, if you want, that the devices got more expensive this year, and that's why it shouldn't be recommended to purchase it and whatnot. I totally disagree with this point of view. Honestly, to pay 750 euros, 749 euros, but you're gonna pay 10 euros if you want fast delivery to your home country, 760 euros for a device like this, in this configuration, with this power, with this speed, with the whole package, the whole experience, the whole power under the hood, considering that the S10 Plus costs a lot more, the Huawei P30 Pro costs a lot more, the iPhone XS Max costs even higher. This is a best buy, to my honest opinion. And you, as a regular consumer, I can guarantee that you're gonna be very satisfied with the purchase. As I said, the only but not major drawback to me at this point is the camera or the stock camera app that OnePlus uses, and not the camera app itself but the image processing algorithm. And also I'm eagerly waiting for them to include those features like video recording with the ultra wide lens. But if not, Gcam and you're all done. This pretty much does it for this video, guys. It's been a long one. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Thank you.